Good evening. My name is Kathy Griley. I am the extremely proud program director for the Culinary Arts programs. And, I would like to introduce to you tonight our honorary speaker. And this is something special. We don't usually do this. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Sydney Sago began at the Art Institute in January of 2013. So I've had the pleasure of watching her progress through her educational journey. I've been with the school the whole time she has, so it's been nice to see her go through that journey. She's been very diligent in working to reach this day. She's faced some really big challenges and had to double up on classes, and she's worked really hard to get here. So have all of you. She just has some special circumstances. I asked some of the faculty to tell me some things about Sydney, and this is what they had to say. These are from her instructors. Sydney is awesome. She's dedicated to her craft and eager to learn. Sydney is gracious, hardworking, focused individual. She has the mindset of success and the commitment of knowing what it takes to accomplish that task. She has a fiery personality, is passionate about what she's doing, and is willing to learn. This is a big one. This is from Chef L'Amour. And those of you that know Chef L'Amour, she's tough. So she said, Sydney is a very determined person. Of course, I can't say it in her fabulous French accent, but I'll say it this way. Sydney is a very determined person. She's dependable, hardworking, and eager to learn. I would not hesitate to hire her in my own restaurant if I had one. It's pretty big stuff there. Carmen Meeks, who is our Director of Career Services, she's not here this evening, but she had the opportunity to speak with Sydney recently for the very first time. She had never met her before. And this is what Carmen had to say. This graduate is one tough cookie, no pun intended, so she is graduating from the baking and pastry program. But it is kind of funny. In all seriousness, Sydney is a young woman who I hope will inspire you as she has inspired me and the many people who she has come in contact with. When I see her, I see determination and the will to never give up on your dreams. As the program director, I have to agree with Carmen's sentiments. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce one of the toughest cookies I know, Sydney Sago.
All right, that's way different sitting there than standing up here, that's for sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored and humbled to be speaking with you tonight. Just one second here. Alrighty, first of all, I would like to start off by saying congratulations to the summer and fall graduating class of 2015. My name is Sydney Sago, and I have been a student here at the Art Institute for about 3 years now, and I am proud to say that when I leave here, I will leave with my Associates of Science for Baking and Pastry. Today, I will be sharing my journey with all of you and what it means to truly persevere. A frequent question that I get asked a lot is, why the Art Institute, or what made you decide on culinary school? Well, cooking has always been something that is very dear to my heart. I got into the advanced culinary program in high school, and there was this one particular day, which I had no way of knowing at the time, was the embarkation to my future. It turns out a recruiter from here at the Art Institute came to my campus at the time and shared with my class all the intriguing programs this school had to offer. Before she left, there were hands out that had a designated area for personal information such as email, telephone number, etc. Little did I know that I was supposed to be expecting phone calls every week until I could actually get down to the facility and tour the school. I remember being there for the first time like it was yesterday. The moment I walked through the doors, there were balloons, tables, and most importantly, warm, welcoming smiles waiting for me as I arrived. I was told to sign in, and just like that, a campus tour had just begun. The moment we touched foot onto the second floor and I saw real, professional, immaculate, fascinating kitchens, I thought to myself, this is it. This is where you're supposed to be. When I first came down to the school, it happened to be into the middle of a fall quarter. However, a financial aid officer named Tra, who unfortunately is no longer with us, got me set up immediately to be part of the winter quarter that began in January of 2013. And so it began. Once I got started, I realized that cooking was not as easy as I thought it would be. Growing up in my mom's kitchen, I would just throw things into a pot without measuring, making a huge mess with the flour, or even lick the bowl of fresh brownie batter clean, because let's be honest, who hasn't done that before? Now try doing that in front of Chef Lamore and see how well that goes over. In all sincerity, though, my particular program really did cultivate me into who I am today. This meant not just showing up to class, but showing up prepared. This meant a clean and pressed uniform, your neckerchief, and most importantly, a timeline. It also taught me to get organized, to be an active listener, and an active note taker. It also encouraged me to ask questions. Some may feel that asking questions is a sign of weakness, but that's not the case at all. It simply means that one is eager to learn, eager to meet more than just the basic requirements. Lastly, it taught me how to accept constructive criticism. Like someone mentioned before, it wasn't always easy being told your food didn't taste good or that it could have been done or should have been done a certain way. Now, I can honestly say that not only can I accept criticism, but I appreciate it and I respect it immensely. My journey here at the Art Institute was not always manageable. 2015 in particular was a very intricate year for me. This past January, a tragic accident took the life of my beloved pet, my right hand, and my best friend. Then 2 months later, I found out my father was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. With both of these heart-wrenching events happening so closely together, I felt so defeated. I slowly started to feel my passion, my drive, and my determination all fade away. I started to worry about my dad, and I started to reevaluate my entire life and my entire purpose as a whole. There were times where I just stopped caring about everything around me, my job, my family, my friends, work projects, relationships, you name it. I felt like I was at the lowest of my lows, and I literally felt there was no way out of the rut that I was stuck in. After months of feeling discouraged, I finally realized I cannot go on any longer living this unhealthy lifestyle. Not only that, I know the last thing my dad and my loved ones would ever want for me to do is give up on everything I've worked so hard for and to accomplish my dreams. From that moment on, my whole demeanor changed. My next mission was getting back on track to graduate by the end of the year. With that being said, first things first was renewing my FAFSA. When doing so, I was told that I was actually on track to graduate in December of 2015, but unfortunately I couldn't register because there was a hold on my account. Turns out the hold on my account was because of unpaid payments, and I needed to pay at least $700 out of pocket. During this time, I was running on about 5 hours of sleep at night, working doubles at my job, just trying to save as much as I can, and at one point, I even had to drain my entire savings account just to make ends meet. After multiple conversations with the accounting department and the much obliged help of Christina Torres, we were able to come up with a solution. After I got a plan in motion and it was time to register for classes, I found out one of the classes that I needed to graduate wasn't being offered. At this point, I started to feel very distraught. However, with the help of John Anderson, our president, Kathy Griley, Culinary director, and most importantly, Chef Stephanie Lamore, my mentor and inspiration through this entire journey, it was decided that I was allowed to do one-on-one direct student study. At that specific moment, I felt so blessed and so overwhelmed with gratitude. How awesome is it that I can truly say that I am so proud that I chose a school where everyone is willing to come together, to push, to support, and to remind me that even when it doesn't seem like it at the time, everything's going to be okay. And to all of those who have helped me along the way, my family, my friends, my loved ones, and most importantly, all of the faculty that's sitting right here this evening, I truly could not have done it without all of you. Though life oftentimes throws obstacles in our way, it is these obstacles that shows us the strength we hold deep within ourselves, waiting to be tapped into. We must push through the hard times in order to discover who we are truly as individuals and how to best pursue our dreams. Perseverance, then, is not taking the easy road devoid of life's twists and turns, for it is getting lost on these paths that oftentimes lead us to our destiny. In conclusion, I would like to remind all of you of something that someone very wise once said to me. We are always so eager to plan, to get going with our lives, to even move on. Very seldom do we ever stop, look back, and say, wow, look at everything that I did to get here. Whether it be your story is much similar to mine, you are a full-time parent balancing school and your children, or you even had to drive 2 hours away each day to get to school every day, I want all of you to take a look around you and give yourselves a round of applause. You did this. You made this happen. It's been such an honor speaking to all of you this evening. Congratulations, summer and fall class of 2015. Today, we create tomorrow.